Welcome back. You know what it is. Or maybe you don't. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about what we know and don't know about zombies. The release of Black Ops 4 just over the horizon. I mean, zombie talk. But I want to talk about a different kind of zombies today. I want to talk about TV zombies, Walking Dead. If you're not familiar with the show or you're not caught up, don't keep listening because I may have some spoilers. I don't know. I know people that have just watched it for the first time just weeks ago. Binged watched the whole thing. 3 weeks. That's a true story about my mom. Put my mother on to Walking Dead and she did. She binge watched that whole thing within just a few weeks' time. I mean, with breaks for soap operas and sleep. But as the description might say, Rick Grimes' final episodes. If you watched The Walking Dead or you were anticipating the season's premiere, you've probably seen all those commercials saying this is it. They're not lying. The actor that plays him doesn't want to do it anymore, is pretty much what the answer is. He's not interested in doing the show. He wants to get back to England. I don't know, somewhere in Europe that he's from. I was surprised the first time I heard him talk in his real accent. I was like, wow, that's a lot of actors do that to me, actually. Like, hold on, I just watched seasons of you. You didn't sound like this. But yeah, he wants to go back home. He's been, around going on, was it 9 years now, filming this show, and I guess he stayed in the Americas for most of that. I don't know. I just don't know what the show's gonna be like without Rick, right? Like, first minutes of Walking Dead. He's the first character you get introduced to in the show. And like I said, I know people that have just started watching it, like, recently. We've had years with this character, and years with Rick, and I feel like, obviously everybody feels he's the main character. I mean, we tried to shift that title to other people. I mean, like, some people are saying now, well, maybe the main focus was always Daryl. Maybe his character was the one we were actually following the whole time. And I'm going to say what I just said before. The opening scenes of this show, the first episode, pilot, we don't meet Daryl. Alright? We don't even meet Daryl like as one of the first, of the cast that we meet. He's not the first, Not even close. I believe the order was Rick, Morgan's son, the group that went to Atlanta to scavenge, Andrea, Glenn, Morrow. Oh man, having trouble remembering some of these names. But anyway, we met like 8-9 characters before we even got to Morrow's brother Daryl. So him taking the whole mantle of main character of the show. It's not even like there was any kind of setup for that either. And that setup that setup talk was actually set up for an example. There is a show that pretty much shifted the main character right out, but people that followed the show heavily knew that was coming, pretty much, because we knew. Okay, well, anyway, the show I'm talking about is Vikings. If you ever watched that show on History Channel, it's a great show. I came across it towards the end of Spartacus on Starz. I was highly addicted to that show and was looking for a suitable replacement for it, because, I figured it's such a great show. I'm sure other shows are going to follow in suit and try to mimic what they had going on, So I found Vikings. And the main character, Ragnar, it's about him. But right from season one, there's already foretelling of his sons and how great his sons are gonna be. He's gonna have more than a few, and they're gonna do great things. You know, and that's from season one, right off the jump. I think only a few episodes in, you hear about the sons of Ragnar, and at the time he's only got one. So they're already foreshadowing, hey, that his sons are gonna be awesome. You know, so as they progress with the show, you know, they get rid of the main character too. You know, they kill off the main character of the show. Wow, I should have probably alerted the whole spoiler for Vikings here. now, if you start watching the show, you might know that that's going to happen. But pay attention to how it happens, I guess, because, you know, that's not what Walking Dead's doing. We didn't get really any preparation for this other than, you know, a couple weeks leading up to the show coming out. You know, I think these commercials are only like a month old before the show, talking about the last episodes of Rick. What do you mean the last episodes of Rick? I'm not even over Carl's death yet. Are you kidding me? Like, that's already too much to bear still, you know? I guess I just don't know if I'm even gonna, like, I stopped mid-season, like, on season 8. I remember I was sitting there and I was telling somebody, I don't remember why. I'm not all caught up, but I'm not all caught up. I still gotta watch the second half of season 8 before I start 9, and I know why I stopped. I know why I did now. Carl died. I was like, man, I'm pissed at the show right now. They've actually made me mad. I don't want to watch it. I threw a little tantrum. Other things were going on, of course, but I just lost interest there for a little bit. Sorry. So, I don't know how Rick's death, like, I don't know how many episodes after that I'm going to be able to hang in there and really have the same interest in the show. I guess it really depends on how it goes, you know? Like, how is this going to work out? Flash myself. Dang it. Guess we'll have to wait and find out. Walking Dead is a great show, but for example, you know, I'm not the only one. People fall in love with characters all the time. You know, people admire the actors from famous shows and stuff. And, you know, when you get an attachment to a cast, that becomes one of the reasons why you watch the show. You're like, man, I'm feeling this story right now. I'm feeling what's going on. I'm relating to their struggles. I've followed them through this story, and I wanna see it to its end. I didn't connect with the fear of The Walking Dead right off the jump. Actually, in all honesty, I didn't click with Walking Dead in the beginning either. Season 1, I had to rewatch the first 3 episodes. I think me and my buddy rewatched that I think episode 1 I've definitely rewatched 3 times for sure. I know it. I don't know if I made it to three times, but I remember the first 3 episodes I definitely watched twice. And then finally somebody said, this show's so amazing, how don't you watch it? So, committed. Got to the first season, didn't really start watching it until the 3rd season was out. Which was cool. Kind of same thing happened with Sons of Anarchy. That's another show, I didn't catch that first season it came out. Arrow, Flash, another great example. I didn't catch them first couple of seasons when it was out. It was an established show by the time I took interest. So with that, I'm kind of worried. Like, final episodes meeting by mid-season finale. You know, what does that mean? Is it going to be 3 episodes deep? 6? Is it going to be, you know, are they already foreshadowing the end of the season? You know, letting you know at some point we're leading up to him dying there in that final episode. I don't know. I just know I'm a little worried about my interest level in the show, and I do like that show. Walking Dead, man, it's definitely in the top 5. With Sons of Anarchy, Lost, Gotham. If you haven't seen Gotham, that's a pretty decent show right there. I like its take on the story of Commissioner Gordon from the Batman universe. So it does have, Batman, Bruce Wayne, but it doesn't feature him as an adult Batman doing Batman stuff. This takes place just after the death of his parents, so it's a good show. Check that out. So Walking Dead's right up there, though. And my favorite show, I've already mentioned, actually, was Spartacus. Whew. Fire. Don't try to watch it around your kids, though, because it does depict ancient Roman times in its entirety. And the messed up thing is that this show, it's really no exaggeration. If anything, it's a downplay of what was real. So, but check that show out. It definitely was an addiction when that one came out. And a little factoid about Spartacus there is, when that show first came out, it was out on Stars, so you had to have that premium channel to be able to watch it, or Netflix. This was one of the best mistakes I think Netflix, I don't know if it was Stars or Netflix, whose fault it was, but the show would come out like a Thursday night on Stars. I don't know, 10 o'clock, whatever. And the cool thing is that it came out Thursday night, but Wednesday midnight, Thursday midnight, whatever you consider it as, you got it early. So if you had Netflix, you got like almost an entire day. You could cut off your wait time to watch the episode, and that was really cool. It was tough, watching it with other people and not getting ahead. I remember a couple of times I was watching it with my buddy when it came out, and he's like, I'm coming over. We're gonna watch this show. Be sitting there trying to pretend like I didn't already watch it. But I did, and I knew I did. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. But really, it was funny to me because I knew. I checked it already. I couldn't help it. You might watch this video down the road and know I'm talking right about him too. That's another thing I want to mention real quick. You might hear me talking about some stuff like I was just doing right there. I'm not going to add names, but I might return later on down the road with a different video and say, hey, remember when I was talking about this and that? Well, my particular friend wanted me to include his name in this story, or include him in my channel here, so you have a name reference. But without permission, it's, unless you're that person, you're probably not going to know who I'm talking about, or if you weren't around at the time. So, and that that respect I'm showing came from an earlier video where I actually did shout someone out, and I was thinking afterwards, I was like, it's kind of messed up. I shouldn't really, even though I'm just saying I played a game with him, I wouldn't want people talking about me publicly without me knowing what's up, or if you got a camera in your face, at least you got the camera in your face. You're talking on the game or microphone. You're doing that. If they're sitting right next to me and see me go live, they know, hey, I'm going live. You're sitting next to me and you say something, it's going to be heard by a number of people I can't ever determine. I have no idea. So I don't want to be putting, like I said, I got kids. I might not ever tell you the name of my kids. You might not never see my face ever in the future. Camera, no camera, doesn't matter. I'm probably not going to use it. All this is subject to change, too. I might sit down with my kid's mother in the future and say, hey, I want to include them in the videos, not just verbally. I want people to see them. Put some video with that audio, but it's probably not going to happen. If it does, for a long time. Right now, it's not necessary. You got me. You got me, my conversations, the game I happen to be playing in the background. This isn't about the game I'm playing. It's another change that's going to be coming. I'm not going to be putting game names in the title every time. If I know what I want to talk about before I get into the video, I'm going to put that in the title. First example being this video right here. I don't have Playing Warframe as the title. I have Walking Dead as the title, because that's what I was talking about. Walking Dead, and more specifically, the lack of Rick Grimes in the series, and how that's going to make me feel. If somebody else was watching live or comment later on down the road on this video about their opinion, I might get back on another live video and mention that. You know, I want to know what my topic means to you. Shoot, I don't mind a healthy debate right here. You know, keep it respectful, but shoot, if you think I'm wrong, tell me. If you're like, dude, you're making a big deal about nothing, maybe I am. Or maybe you know some information about the show's direction, you can enlighten me about it. Like, yeah, well, you know, Rick isn't leaving until the end of the season. You know, like I said, I don't know what's going on there. Everything is subject to change with this live channel. And I might do, you know, specific topics and specific, you know, videos that are pre-recorded, but that's not what this channel is going to be about. This channel, like I've said before in other videos, this channel is strictly live stream. So when you get on this channel and you're watching any of these videos, you're going to know he didn't pre-record this. He didn't cut anything out. If I make a mistake, if I mispronounce something, if I use big words that I don't know the meaning of, call me out on it. That's what this is all about. Let me know, or don't let me know. I don't care. But I'm not going to cut, chop, or screw up any of the footage. It's all what I say and do is what I say and do. It's right here. That's it. Oh, I thought I could get that knife. And yeah, sometimes I will talk about the game I'm playing and what I'm doing, or my family, or how messed up life is. Life sucks. Yeah, and all you people with good lives, lucky you. But anyway, Walking Dead, like I said. I don't like playing Storm in game mode, and I should just quit right now. Oh, man. And then with the lack of Rick's character on the show, I mean, who do you think's going to step up and take that place? You know, that's another thing I want to do. I want to document my predictions, too, because I've predicted some things and been right, but yeah, whatever. But, no, I said it. I just didn't have any way of proving it. I didn't get on, you know, Facebook Live and say, hey, this is what I think. Or get on YouTube here and say, this is my opinion. This is where I think it's going. So this is an opportunity to do just that also. If I believe something's going to happen a certain way, or I have a prediction, I might even vaguely, like I say, I'm not going to mention any names, but I might, you know, mention a situation going on with somebody I know. And, you know, just discuss it and what I think about it. It's a free world. I can do that if I like. If I say, for example, you know, I have a friend, he works in this line of work right now, and I personally believe his job is awesome, and he should have no reason to try to switch up his career. But he has a job opportunity, get a couple more dollars an hour, have more time with his family maybe, but he's got to drive 2 hours to get to work. What do I think? You know? And, you know, if that person watches my videos, then they might know exactly who I'm talking about, or they might not know anything that I'm talking about. Which is exactly how I'd like it. I don't want my viewers to, you know, because I have family and friends that'll watch this. I don't need them knowing, you know, people's business. Especially if they don't want them to. there's a little bit of, the ability to, deny certain things. If, someone says, hey, are you talking about this person? Like, no. You can still believe what you want, regardless of my answer, but I don't want it to be, well, you said so-and-so, or you were talking about this, and that can only be, because that, like I said, I wouldn't want somebody talking about my personal life on one of their videos, especially if it's live and it's a let's talk about this kind of thing. Like, here we are having full-blown discussions about my business. Feature me on your channel. include me in your show. That's one way to do it. Thought I could psych him out. Oh man. I'm trying to live with this game mode, but you can see we're outnumbered. I didn't even realize that till just now. So I'm actually gonna quit out. Hate to leave the team hanging like that, but it's probably gonna be the end of the video. 20 minutes or so. That's good enough for me. I've said in other videos, I'm also not trying to make it a real long thing. And if you're stuck in this long, hats off to you. And thanks. Thanks for showing the love. Appreciate it. And subscribe, like, drop a comment, hit the notification button. These are all great ideas if you like this channel. Have an awesome day. Thanks for watching.